Ladies, let's be real for a second. Have you ever felt like you're bending over backwards for a guy who's barely meeting you halfway? You're making time for him. Checking in on him. Being supportive. Being understanding. Giving him chance after chance. And somehow, you're still sitting there wondering where this thing is actually going. Meanwhile, he's getting all the perks of a relationship without ever stepping up and claiming the title. Sound familiar? If so, today's video might save you months, or even years, of frustration. Because there's a relationship trap that smart, loving women fall into every single day. And it usually starts with one innocent belief. If I just love him enough, he'll eventually see my value. But here's the deal. That's not how attraction works. And it's definitely not how commitment works. In fact, the harder some women try to earn love, the more the relationship starts slipping through their fingers. Let's talk about why. A lot of women are out here treating relationships like job interviews. They keep trying to prove they're worthy. They show how loyal they are. How supportive they are. How patient they are. How much they can handle. They're constantly trying to show a man their wife material. But commitment isn't awarded to whoever works the hardest. Relationships aren't a loyalty contest. A man doesn't wake up one morning and say, "Wow, she's done so much for me. I guess I should marry her." Life doesn't work like that. And if you've been pouring your heart into someone who keeps giving you the bare minimum, you already know that. One of the biggest mistakes women make is giving a man the entire girlfriend package before he's invested emotionally. Think about it. He's getting your attention. Your loyalty. Your emotional support. Your time. Your energy. Your understanding. Your availability. He's getting first-class treatment on an economy ticket. And then you're shocked when he doesn't upgrade. Why would he? He's already getting everything he wants. This is what I call the free trial relationship. All the benefits. None of the responsibility. Now before anyone gets upset, this isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human nature. People tend to appreciate what they invest in. Not what they're simply handed. That's true in business. That's true in friendships. And it's definitely true in relationships. Another thing I see all the time is women doing all the emotional heavy lifting. They're carrying the relationship on their backs. They're the ones initiating conversations. Planning dates. Fixing problems. Checking in. Keeping things alive. Meanwhile, he's just along for the ride. And because she's doing so much, she assumes he sees her value. But here's the uncomfortable truth. People often don't value what they don't have to work for. If you're constantly rescuing the relationship, he never has to learn how to contribute. If you're always solving every problem, he never has to step up. And over time, something strange happens. You become exhausted. He becomes comfortable. That's a terrible trade. Let's talk about another relationship myth. Attention is not commitment. Read that again. Attention is not commitment. A guy can text you every day. Watch your stories. Send good morning messages. Call you beautiful. Take you on dates. And still have zero intention of building a future with you. A lot of women mistake consistency of contact for consistency of intention. Those are not the same thing. One feels good. The other actually matters. The question isn't whether he's talking to you. The question is whether he's building something with you. Because a man who's serious doesn't just show up when it's convenient. He creates clarity. Now here's where things get really painful. Many women fall in love with potential. Not reality. Potential is seductive. Potential keeps people stuck. You look at a man and think, he could be amazing. He just needs time. He's got so much potential. Maybe. But potential doesn't build relationships. Patterns do. What is he consistently showing you? Not his promises. Not his excuses. Not his future plans. His actual behavior. Because behavior never lies. You can listen to words all day long. But actions tell the truth. Every single time. Now let's talk about something that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Boundaries. The moment some people hear the word boundaries, they think you're being difficult. Cold. Demanding. But healthy boundaries aren't punishments. They're standards. They're how you communicate your value without having to say a word. Boundaries tell people what treatment you'll accept and what treatment you won't. And here's something most people learn way too late. The people who benefit from your lack of boundaries are usually the same people who get upset when you finally create them. Think about that. If someone gets angry because you're asking for respect, effort, or clarity, that's information. Pay attention. Now, none of this means becoming unavailable. It doesn't mean acting toxic. It doesn't mean playing hard to get. What it means is stopping the cycle of overgiving and underreceiving. It means recognizing when you're carrying a relationship instead of participating in one. Because healthy relationships aren't built on one person doing all the work. They're built on mutual effort. Mutual investment. Mutual respect. Both people showing up. Both people contributing. Both people choosing the relationship. And here's the truth most people need to hear. The right person won't require you to audition for a role in their life. They won't keep moving the goalposts every time you meet their expectations. They won't leave you constantly wondering where you stand. Will relationships still have challenges? Absolutely. But healthy relationships don't leave you feeling chronically confused. They don't leave you feeling like you're constantly chasing breadcrumbs. They don't leave you wondering whether you're asking for too much. The right relationship feels like teamwork. Not a never-ending performance review. So if you've been giving everything you've got and still feeling unappreciated, maybe the answer isn't to give more. Maybe it's time to stop over-functioning. Stop over-explaining. Stop over-chasing. And start paying attention to what people actually do. Because at the end of the day, real commitment isn't about words. It's about consistent action. And if you're the only one showing up, the only one investing, and the only one fighting for the relationship, you're not building a partnership. You're carrying one. And you deserve better than that. If this resonates with you, subscribe for more relationship psychology.